the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
What we can't do is allow more of our family members and loved ones to be in an incident like this. Enough is enough.
And tonight on DC News Now at 5, a deadly crash in Prince George's County leaves one teenager dead and a neighborhood shaken. We'll have the latest in a live report. And quarterback Lamar Jackson now franchise tagged by the Ravens. What does this mean for his future on the team? We'll have the details. And later in the hot seat, how the head of the Federal Reserve was grilled on the handling of the economy and what that means for you. And thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Hall. Developing now, local teens in a terrible crash in Prince George's County. Their car hit a landscaping truck with such force it left the car in pieces. A girl died and the driver, a boy, is hospitalized right now. Both were students at Weiss High School right up the road from the crash site. The accident happened on Ritchie Marlboro Road in Upper Marlboro, shutting down the road for several hours. DC News Now's Katie Ree is on the scene, and Katie, neighbors are really shaken up by what happened.
Yeah, good evening, Mark. So as you can see, the road behind me has just opened up as of about a half hour ago. Now, I spoke to a number of neighbors today. They were telling me that they heard the crash. They heard tires screeching. They heard people screaming, crying. One woman told me that she had to walk away from that scene after hearing it from her window. Another woman capturing that crash just moments before the impact. She could hear the tires screeching. Again, the collision, the screaming, the crying. She even told me that she ran out of her house, still in her pajamas, trying to go and help these people, these two teens. She had a first aid kit in her hand, and she also was about to send her own child to school at Weiss High School. I'm going to step out of the way. There's the landscaping trailer that you can see right there over the side. You can see that there is still damage. You can see the impact of where that car hit the trailer and also then split into pieces. Part of the door coming off the car, a wheel. And again, community members here are shaken up by that, saying that they want to see changes. They want speed limits. They want traffic calming measures, as well as a lower speed limit. Right now, the speed limit here is supposed to be 40 miles an hour, but there are no posted speed limit signs, at least none that we saw. As my photographer and I were driving up here, there's also a number of school buses that come through this route. It is fairly residential, but it is also fairly high traveled. And we also will again hear from some of those neighbors coming up later in the shows. But for right now, reporting live in Upper Marlboro, Katie Ree, DC News Now.
Katie, thank you. Also developing this hour, a frightening day for many Montgomery County parents and students. 5 schools got put on lockdown after a double shooting near one of the campuses. Watkins Mill Elementary School in Montgomery Village is one of the campuses impacted by the order. That's also where we find our Dave Laval. And Dave, what's the latest information?
Mark, the shelter-in-place order for Watkins Mill Elementary and the 4 other nearby schools has been lifted. However, parents continue to pick up their parents where I'm standing. This all started around 12:30 this afternoon, just a few blocks from our location. Montgomery County Police took an unidentified juvenile into custody at the Normandy-on-the-Lake condominiums about 2 hours later. Police told us 2 groups of teens got into an argument in the back of the building. That's when someone shot a male teen. Police said they found another male teen shot a few blocks away on Smooth Stone Way. Both were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. Police arrived at Watkins Mill Elementary after a request from the school to be there when classes finished for the day. Also on hand, plenty of anxious and nervous parents who heard what happened near campus.
Oh my goodness, really? Something really bad can happen to my daughter. It's something really scary. Really scary for me.
Because, you know, first of all, young kids doing that, it's sad, you know, and then it's close to the school, and that's not good.
Police have not said if they are looking for any other suspects in these shootings. We're live in Montgomery Village. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thank you. Taking a live look outside tonight where we had sunny skies and temperatures in the 50s. Heading over now to meteorologist Damon Matson with a check on the forecast. And Damon, a little windy out there right now. Are temperatures expected to drop this evening?
Yeah, Mark, it does look to be that way. Exactly. The sunshine returned in full force this afternoon. It looked beautiful out there, but the wind continued to keep things chilly, and it continues to do just the same here. There are those steady wind speeds right now, pretty much reaching their peak at this hour. We have a steady wind speed of 28 miles an hour in Winchester, 26 in Leesburg. So those steady wind speeds are anywhere from 15 to 25 miles per hour. And then on occasion, we've had those stronger gusts reaching up to the 40 to now 45 mile per hour range. DC just recorded a wind gust at 45 miles per hour here recently. Hagerstown, 40 miles per hour. So it's been a little bit gusty out there, no question. Thankfully enough, though, these wind gusts will slowly start to calm down this evening. And all of this wind out of the northwest kept our temperatures on the cooler side of things, low to mid 50s. That's all the warmer our temperatures reached this afternoon. And now we're starting to see those readings fall back into the 40s along and west of the I-81 corridor. So the main themes for tonight going into this evening here, we're going to have clear skies, chilly temperatures, and it is going to continue to stay breezy out there all the while as we roll on into the night tonight. So when are we finally going to catch a break from these breezy winds, and when is the next time you may need to grab that rain gear? We'll have a full check of the forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing now, Arlington Fire and EMS worked quickly to put out a second alarm fire near Bluemont Park. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
There was heat on the exposures, which are the houses next to them, but luckily they were able to make a quick extinguishment of the fire and prevent that fire from spreading to any adjacent structures.
And firefighters remain on scene checking for hot spots. Well, day 3 of cleanup after that massive tanker explosion in Frederick, Maryland. Right now, some neighbors are worried. They want to know if there's any environmental impact from all that fuel. Our DC News Now's reporter, Anay Simmons, went to the scene to find out if the water or soil may be contaminated.
One part of Apple Avenue is still closed while crews continue to survey the scene after a tanker exploded on Saturday on Route 15. I spoke with a resident who says while she's not worried of water contamination, she's concerned about the soil.
I did watch some cleanup over here the other night. I just went around back and I saw the big backhoe or the bulldozer pulling something up, and I watched it drip.
Frederick resident Shelley Alloy says she hasn't seen any problems with her water or the ground around since Saturday's tanker truck fire, but she is worried about possible soil contamination. A statement from the city of Frederick reveals that they are partnered with Frederick County and the Maryland Department of the Environment to monitor any problems in the coming weeks. Officials plan to do additional testing and replace soil that may be contaminated with clean soil. Another resident, Jerry DeLauder, says he listened in on social media to find out if there was anything he should be worried about.
It's possible. It was a pretty big event, but I did watch the press conference immediately following the event, and was assured by the mayor that the proper agencies have been notified and have been working on it.
In a statement released by the Maryland Department of the Environment, the leaked product was contained with no indication it reached Carroll Creek. Workers flushed the storm drain system to remove any remaining product from there as well. And they also expect that there will need to be a cleanup of the soil at the site of the incident. They said they will continue to monitor and oversee progress through the remediation process. Reporting in Frederick County, Maryland, Anay Simmons, DC News Now.
Anay, thank you. And Frederick City officials say that Apple Avenue will remain closed for an extended period of time during the investigation and cleanup efforts. Well, developing now, D.C. police are searching for an escapee from the D.C. Department of Corrections. Now, this is the man that police are searching for. His name is Kenneth Phillips, and he's 22 years old. Police say that he escaped on foot from custody earlier today while he was being transported to Howard University Hospital. He was last seen wearing a black shirt and red and blue underwear. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Well, with the deadline, the franchise players looming for NFL teams, the Baltimore Ravens decided to place the tag on their MVP quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Now, this means that Lamar will make $32 million next season for Baltimore, but the tag could have even more implications for both Lamar and the Ravens. So we bring in sports director Derek Forrest with the latest details. Hey, Derek.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, unfortunately, the franchise tag does not mean Lamar Jackson will be the quarterback for the Ravens when the season begins in September, because the franchise tag they placed still means other teams can still make a bid. With a non-exclusive tag, the Jackson can still talk to other teams, and if Jackson gets a better offer and signs the offer sheet, the Ravens have the right to match. If the team refuses, the Ravens would receive 2 first-round draft picks. This, of course, leaves the door open for a bunch of different situations.
There's also an opportunity where somebody could knocking on the Ravens' door and just offer them the farm now, between now and the draft, which is a month and a half away, and obviously free agency, which is coming up. But if you're trying to replace him, if you move him, are you going to be comfortable playing with Tyler Huntley for an entire season?
Now, if Lamar Jackson and the Ravens do decide to commit on another year, this gives the team 1 more year to see what he can do. And of course, another season for Lamar to once again prove his worth to Baltimore. And of course, with the whole Daniel Jones situation, 4 years, $160 million, you got to believe that Lamar is worth more than $40 million a year, if that's what they're giving Daniel Jones in New York.
You know, and I know Derek, salary cap plays a big part. I know it's a long shot. Any chance the Commanders could show some interest in Lamar Jackson?
Probably not, because I feel like there's way too many other needs for the Commanders as well. Offensive line, linebacker, cornerback as well. They probably wouldn't have enough money to give Lamar as well. But I also feel like if you're in the front office, you have to ask, right? At least see if you can move some money around. And I think a lot of teams in the NFL, again, because of the non-exclusive tag, are going to be doing that and seeing if they could bribe Lamar to move away from Baltimore.
All right, Derek Forrest, we're going to stay on top of this. Thank you so much for your time. And still ahead on the news at 5, a bumpy ride. That's what some lawmakers are saying in regards to lowering inflation, why interest rates are maybe raised higher than expected. And 2 out of 4 Americans that were kidnapped in Mexico are now dead. How the Biden administration is responding. You're watching DC News Now at 5, covering the news where you live, from Washington, D.C. to West Virginia. Stick around. We'll be right back with more.